Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to do the reading habits tag that was originally created by the Book Jazz, and I'm going to leave her information and the original video in the description box below. And obviously I haven't been tagged by anyone because I'm new here, but I just wanted to do it, so I'm going to do it. So let's start. First question is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Yes, and that is my bed. That's basically the only place where I read. Second question is, bookmark or random piece of paper? And both is just what I can find near me, but I do have some bookmarks, but nothing fancy, just just regular bookmarks. So I either use those or just seriously a random piece of paper. Can you just stop reading, or do you have to reach, a certain chapter or pages? Normally, I like to reach the end of a chapter because then I can get some closure or whatever, but a lot of times, end of the chapter is basically a cliffhanger, so you just need to read on and read on, but I prefer to stop reading at the end of a chapter. But it's okay if I just stop halfway because I can't keep my eyes open any longer. Next question is, do you eat or drink while reading? And that's a big no-no. Especially, well, I'm just way too paranoid that I'm going to get drinks or some food on my book and then I will just die. Well, not die, but seriously, it's just a big paranoia for me. So I prefer to not eat at all, but I need my tea, so I usually drink some tea while I'm reading, but I put the tea very far away from me so no spilling can happen. Next question is if I watch TV or listen to music while I read, and again that's a no, because my brain is just not capable of that. So if I listen to music, I'm going to listen to the music and the lyrics, so there's just no chance for me to actually read and understand what I read and follow, the story. So, and TV is even worse. And it has always been like this, like, for example, when I had to study for school, I just couldn't. If the TV was on, there was no chance of me actually studying anything at all. So no. One book at a time or several at once. And up until like a month ago, I would have said that one book and one book only. But it has happened with me that I was reading two books currently. But I guess it's not a good thing, because if you're reading a book but you are reaching for another one, that means that the first book is not that good because you just need something else. So if a book is really good, you only need that one book. So I prefer to read one book at a time. Reading at home or reading everywhere. And I can't really read everywhere. I can read on the bus. Sometimes I can't because I get nauseous, but most of the time I read at home, and then I read on the bus when I go into the city or come home from the city. But I can't imagine myself being able to read like while having lunch or something like that. So home or the bus. Reading out loud or reading silently. And that's obviously reading silently. I would just feel very silly if I was reading out loud. Funny thing is that when I read, and I read in English while I'm Hungarian, so it's weird because I read in English, I don't really translate it, but I understand it. And also when I read in English, I feel like, oh, that my pronunciation is so good because I just read it so easily and I can hear it in my head that it sounds good. But when I actually try to read it out loud in English, it's just rubbish. So I always read silently. Do you read ahead or even skip pages? And no, oh my god, me and spoilers are not friends at all, so I don't read ahead. I know some people do the I just read the last sentence of the whole book and then start the book, but I couldn't do that, especially when I get spoiled on the internet, and I just feel like that. Why should I read this book now? Because I know the ending, and I just become so sad, and I hate people who spoil things for others. And I don't skip pages because if I skip a page, maybe there was some very, very, very important info on that exact page, so I just rather not do it. And what's the point of reading if you are just going to skip the pages, right? Breaking the spine or keeping it like new. Breaking spines is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to reading, because I don't understand people who just open the book and then, do this, they flatten out the whole book, and my heart stops when somebody does that. And that's why I don't really like to, lend out my books, because I'm afraid that that person will just break the spine first thing. Do you write in your books? Never. Never. I never really felt the need why I should or would write in a book, but I just don't want to do it, because that's the book itself. Why should I add something into it when it's not my work, It's different when it's school books, textbooks. Obviously I wrote in those. And it's okay when, somebody writes a message to you on the very first page, because they give you those books as a gift. So that's okay, but I never felt the need to write in any of my books. So that was the last question, and I really like this tag and watching other people's tag videos like this, because you realize that a lot of people are similar to you, but other times a lot of people are very different. So basically some people can actually listen to music and read at the same time and understand everything in the book, and I really envy those people, because I would like to do that, but right now I can't. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!